Hi everyone, thank you for coming. So today I will be presenting on my project Listen with Liz, which is a reaction to the current crisis and impact of COVID-19. So a little bit of background on this. This was not my original plan, Keystone, which was focused on mental health and our relationship with food. But given this unique opportunity, I've decided to shift my focus to a keystone focusing on mental health, food, and the economic impact of that. And so my original goal was to create 4 podcast episodes, and I have done that using Audacity and Epidemic Sound. And I've made these more accessible by posting them on my website, on RSS, and using the transcription service Otter to make it available to people of all abilities. The podcast is made of 4 episodes with a focus on my communities of Boston University and Dover, New Hampshire. And so episode 1, I interview Antonia DeBianchi, who is a K-Lab member here at BU in Kilachand. And she is a procrastinator baker, so she's been relieving her stress by baking and cooking during this time. And we also talk about the changing of student life. Episode 2, I talk with Melinda Hughes, who is a childhood friend, and she is a restaurant worker who's been laid off in Dover. Episode 3, I focus Dr. Donna Pincus, who's a professor of mental health, and she's also a clinician at BU. And she talks about some strategies for coping during this time. Episode 4, I talk with Mrs. Dale Romer, who is a seasoned restaurant owner with her husband Jeff in Dover, and we talk about her plans for the future of her restaurant and businesses. And so the website is made up of 5 main pages. The podcast page is where I can consolidate the blog posts and the descriptions and transcriptions of these podcasts, and they also have the links to the RSS where they're posted online on RSS. And so the resources and recipe pages are designed for those needing help during this time, and the recipes, which are related to the resources, were developed as part of my original Keystone, but they are cheap and easy to make, so I thought it would be important to include these because a lot more people are cooking at home now. And so just some limitations of this project they were all really related to coronavirus, but the main one was the timeline, as well as the equipment I had and the environment, which is very different from what I would have had available on campus. It's just harder to get quiet to record here at home, which I'm sure a lot of you are dealing with as well with your online classes. And with that, I'd also like to give special thanks to my advisor, Dr. Erica Wells, as well as other people that I've featured in my podcast. And just to make it a little bit easier, if you would like to listen to any excerpts from this podcast, I will post those links in the chat once I can get those copied. But other than that, if you have any questions, I'm definitely welcome to take them at this time.